Good day to everybody. Name is Rob Mazak. I am a psychic medium, and I have a lot of really cool services. And one of my favorites is clearly the quantum healing hypnosis technique. And this was pioneered by a woman named Dolores Cannon, who is no longer with us, but this was something she perfected over 40 plus years, and it has really brought through a lot of information from the source, from God, whatever you consider that higher power. And although she wasn't really gifted psychic channeler, whatever you want to call it, she really took her time and gathered a lot of information and correlations and things in all her 40 plus years of doing these sessions, and saw patterns and saw themes and saw a lot of different things. And one of the things that she really got from the source quite often was that in the past life experiences that we have, we must become and experience everything that exists, which really sounds like a very long process, which if that's true, then we're going to be around doing this for a long time. Lord knows I wish we could remember it each time, but as she says, it wouldn't be a test if we remembered. However, what I mean by that is that you're supposed to be every culture, every race, every ethnicity, live in every country, be every animal, be all types of plants, rocks, fish, you name it. And so when I do these sessions, I have been experiencing a lot of things that she has talked about in her books and all of her documented information about her sessions. And in this particular instance, I had a fella that went to a life as a green amphibious creature that lived underwater. Anyway, I'll share that track with you in just a second so you can listen to it. But, I've had a wide variety of experiences, from people going to the spiritual realm, to other planets, spaceships. Oh my gosh, it's hard to even categorize everything. However, I'm having a really, really wonderful time with this, and it's so much fun to see what comes through and what the surprises are going to be. I never know what to expect. There are some that have a lot of common themes to them, but recently they've become really, really, really interesting. Anyway, I wanted to share this. I talked to him about it, and he's okay with it. We may have mentioned his first name in here, but that's about it. So he was pretty easy fella to do hypnosis for. After all, he's a musician, very right brain, so wasn't too difficult to get him connected. And matter of fact, he doesn't remember much of any of it, which most people remember, at least the past life part, but he doesn't remember much of it. Anyway, I will go ahead and play the track for you, and if you get a chance to let me know what you think. If you get an opportunity, I will speak again after the track and give you some more information on how to contact me, or let me know how that goes. Anyway, namaste. Talk to you soon. I want you to once again drift off that cloud, back down to the surface, and describe to me where you find yourself.
Water.
You're in the water or around the water?
In the water.
And describe to me the feelings of being in water.
Freedom.
And so do you feel old or young?
Old.
Does this feel like it's modern times or olden times?
Olden times.
Do you feel male or female?
Male.
So I want you to kind of look down through the water and look at your feet. Describe to me what you have on your feet, if you have anything at all.
There's toes, but it's like webbed.
Ah. Interesting. So let's continue looking up the legs, torso, arms. Describe to me what that looks like.
like almost scaly.
Ah. Any sense of the color of your skin?
Dark green.
Very interesting. Look at your wrists and your neck area, fingers. Describe to me if you're wearing any jewelry or anything that adorns your body.
No jewelry.
You find yourself wearing anything on your head or carrying anything?
No.
Very interesting. Alright, so off in the distance is your home. And you may be home, but we're going to move to your home. Moving to where you consider home. Describe to me what that looks like.
It's like a coral reef.
Ah. And this coral reef is above the water or below the water?
Below.
And as you look at this coral reef, are there others there with you or are you alone?
There's others.
Very nice. So, on this coral reef, in this home, let's now move to where you would find yourself sleeping or relaxing, resting, resetting. What is that experience like?
It's dark and comfy though.
All right.
Cold but not cool. Not cool but not cold.
Is this experience under the water or above the surface?
Under.
Is there any sense of whether you can breathe while you're under the water, or do you need to surface?
I can breathe.
Very nice. Now let's move to what you would consider mealtime. What is it like to eat or consume nourishment in this home of yours? What is that experience like?
Almost like a game.
Explain, what do you mean by a game?
Like I have to chase it. Catch it.
And this is all done within the water?
Yes.
And are you very successful at hunting?
Yes.
Do others join you, or do you do this alone?
Alone.
Very nice. So now what I'd like you to do is now explain to me what takes up your day. What do you find yourself doing all day? What is your purpose each day in this life? What do you find yourself doing?
Swimming around, searching. I don't know for what.
And is this an activity you do by yourself, or are there others that join you?
By myself.
Very good, very good. So now let's fast forward in this life. We're going to moving forward in this life to an important day, a day you consider important. And describe to me where you find yourself. What do you find yourself doing on this day in the future?
Laid out on a rock.
Above the surface?
No, in the water.
What sense do you have of why you would find yourself laying on a rock?
Awe.
And so as you look out over your horizon, describe to me what you see.
Blue. Fish. Other creatures.
Are there other creatures like yourself, or are you?
Yes.
And what is your sense of your relationship to these other creatures like yourself?
Belonging.
So is a sense like family or friends or acquaintances? How does that?
Acquaintances.
Very good. All right, so we're going to move forward again. We're going to move forward several years into the future. We're moving several years into the future to a very big day. A very big day. big events are happening, and describe to me what that day looks like.
My own little fish.
Ah. Any sense of how many little fish are we speaking of? A lot or a few?
2.
Ah. And so you have started a family, yes?
It seems like it.
Any sense of whether there's a partner involved in this, or is this was something just done on your own?
On my own.
And so, is your sense that you require a partner to reproduce, or is this something that you can do all by yourself?
By myself.
Very nice, very nice. Is this the first time you've had little fish?
No.
So this has happened many times?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Is it a wonderful feeling or a fearful feeling?
Wonderful feeling.
Is this something you routinely do? Does it happen occasionally or frequently or
Periodically.
Is it seasonal or when you decide?
When I decide.
And what sense do you have of why you decided to have more fish now?
It's had to.
Very good. So like a sense of nature calls and you produce? Yes. Very good. All right, we're going to move forward with you and your fish. We're moving forward into the future. Moving forward into the future to a day that really stands out. Day that really stands out. And describe to me where you find yourself.
Swimming towards land.
Is this something that's unusual activity, or is it something that just needs to be done? What's going on?
Seems unusual.
Is being on the land something you're capable of or incapable of?
Scary at first, but capable.
And what is the urgency or the need for you to move to the land? What, in your opinion, in your sense?
It's like the water's drying up.
So it's a necessity, not a desire, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach this day and this experience, is it frightful? Is it scary? What is your sense of how you feel about this?
Scary and exciting.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, so we're going to move forward again. We're going to once again move forward. And let's move forward to see what the experience is like on land versus water. Now that you're on the land, let's move forward some and describe to me what it's like to inhabit the land versus the sea.
Dry. Hot. Lots of sand.
Is this something you would choose to change if you could? Or were you...
Go back to the water.
Any sense of what the situation with the water is now? Is it still not an option, or is it...
Not an option to go back.
Is this something that has happened before in your generation, or is this a first?
First.
So are you thriving in this experience, or are you just surviving?
Thriving.
You've learned to adapt, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right, we're going to move forward one more time. We're moving forward several years into the future. We're moving forward. I want you to describe to me where you find yourself. We're moving forward to another important day. Describe to me, as you look around, where you find yourself and who are you with.
There's a black snake.
Mm-hmm.
It like strikes at me, but it missed.
Mm-hmm.
It's by like a tree.
Yeah?
Like a coconut tree almost.
Are black snakes familiar to you, or is this brand new experience?
Familiar.
So is this a friend or a foe?
Friend.
Interesting. And so do you find that you cohabitate with other species like black snakes? Or are you the only species that you are involved with?
Just me.
What is your relationship to the snake? Why are you associating with?
Like a pet.
Ah. Very interesting. And so is your experience still land-based, or is it changed back to the water?
Water's coming back. It was gone, but it's coming back.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. So now let's fast forward. We're going to fast forward and move to the final day of this life. We're moving to the final day of this life. Day of death. And describe to me what that experience is like. Where do you find yourself? And who might you be with?
Floating. But alone.
So describe to me the floating experience, if you will. Floating above yourself or floating within your body?
Within my body.
Floating within the water?
In the water.
Is this an experience you are having by yourself?
Yes.
Is this something expected or unexpected?
Unexpected.
Any sense of what brought you to this day? What caused you to reach the end of this life?
Old age.
And do you feel like you were able to reach a really old age, or describe that experience?
Old. Yes.
Very nice. So now let's step to the other side of this life and take a gander back over what you've seen and experienced, and describe to me what lessons you might be able to draw from having seen this experience.
Freedom is important. Moving freely. That's what I get.
Very good. Alright, so now let's do this again. Let's move back up to the cloud. We're floating back up to the cloud that we came in on. Floating back to the cloud. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that track. Hope you found it as interesting as I did when I was hearing it. And I apologize for the quietness of the track. But when you're doing a session like this, you really want to keep yourself in a tone that's lower, quieter, slower, so that you don't excite them and bring them out of the subconscious levels back into the conscious. So now when I'm trying to wake them up, of course, that's a different story. But in the session, we try to keep it low key. But I would really like to hear what you guys think about this track and your ideas about past lives and just life in general. And so you can reach out to me and find my information, contact information, services, everything about me on my website at www.lifebymazak.com. That's LIFEBYMAZAK.com. So please reach out to me and let me know what you think, and consider having your own session. They're a wonderful tool. They help you discover lots of things that there otherwise you may never know. And trust me, if you don't talk about it in the conversation before the session, they'll bring it up, and they have. Anyway, I digress. Talk to you soon. Stay strong and live your life.